Well, I grew up in Jersey. I grew up in Pennsauken, which was a great town. I went to St. Cecilia's Grammar School and Canada Catholic High School, and we had hung out with a bunch of guys. I make some phone calls. We have 20 guys that go meet and play golf. So we still have it was a great town to grow up, and we still have a lot of fun hanging out with a lot of guys. So we did a lot of boating in Jersey growing up. My parents couldn't hear. My parents were deaf, so that was an interesting way to grow up. But my parents were extremely adventurous, and they got me into everything. There was never anything I couldn't do because they couldn't hear and I could. So, what's your problem? You
Hmm.
can do anything. You know what I mean? That was their attitude, right? Which is wonderful. That was a great, looking back on it, I think it was an advantage. I really do. So my dad was always big into boating. We used to go to Barnegat Bay all the time, and he taught me how to do all kinds of stuff with boating. He was really smart. And that's kind of how I grew up. And a lot of my friends did that too. And then I evolved into doing yacht charters on the Chesapeake. So if you're going to say buy a big boat and you want to live on that, which is kind of a neat thing to do. Maybe you can't afford a shore house like I can't, right? But maybe I can afford a boat, right? A big boat, and I can stick it in the slip somewhere. And then that would be my shore house, waterfront, by the way. And then
Hmm.
I can have a couple kayaks and a couple bicycles or whatever. I go crabbing off the front of the boat. Maybe that'd be something I want to try. Well, I think you might want to give it a shot before you put out the money. And you can't do that around here because the waters don't support big boat navigation like the Chesapeake does. So I do yacht charters down there for a couple different companies. And that's, what I do to kind of, just vacation, people go on vacations where they get a feel for whether they ever want to buy a boat.
Hmm.
That size. And then as far as the Keys, I don't really run from here to the Keys, but I just live in the Keys in the wintertime.